Hello, hello, hello. I know there may not be enough seating for everybody, but if everybody can just maybe find a seat or get kind of comfortable, grab yourself some food. What we're going to do now is we're going to give some speeches, basically from various departments, Hastings-On-Hudson, also Yonkers, and also a couple people who are important to the organization. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Oh, great. Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle Ford. Thank you guys so much for being here today. It means more to me than I can even express. I am the executive director and also the founder of Capes for a Cause. We are a nonprofit organization that makes custom adaptive costumes for children with disabilities, both developmental as well as physical. We have been around, established for about 2 years now. Long story short, we were born out of a need to give back to the community after the pandemic. Prior to the pandemic, a lot of us cosplayers, costumers, we were doing a lot of hospital visits to children's hospitals, but of course, during COVID, that all got shut down. And so we all kind of got together and said, how do we give back? What can we do now in this new environment that we're in? And so we all sort of said, let's combine our skills, right? Let's get together, let's do what we do best and give back to the community in that way. So we got together. We are, like I said, costumers. We've got some seamstresses. We also have some fabricators, construction people. So yeah, we just got together and said, let's come up with something cool. Our first costume recipient was actually Anthony Piasante, who's sitting right here. The Piasante family is here. And Anthony was connected to us through a friend of a friend, and he wanted to be a fireman. So our first costume was actually a fire truck and a replica turnout gear for Anthony for the Yonkers Fire Department, and that was really special. We did a reveal event for him last year in May of 2022, and we have actually the Yonkers Fire Department is represented here today, so we're happy to have them here. The event last year was held at the fire station in Yonkers. So we also had another costume recipient in between, who actually, they are from Kansas, and so Rory is our third costume recipient, and we are so blessed to have you guys here today. The Roden family is here sitting in the middle, and we were actually connected to them through the Piasantes, and they are also from Yonkers. But we're happy to have you guys here in Hastings-On-Hudson today. And of course, Rory chose Batman as his costume, and so we have constructed for him a replica bat suit as well as a Batmobile that will fit around his wheelchair. If I could for a moment, can I have everybody up here who had a hand in making the costume? I want to really recognize these volunteers, you guys. What we do is basically we get together usually once a week on Saturdays. We got together pretty much every Saturday in May and June to build these costumes. Every single one of these people had a hand in making this costume. We carved it out of foam. We essentially carved the sculpture out of foam, and then we fiberglassed it, sanded it, painted it, and finished with some 3D printing as well as some vinyl and some foam detail. And then of course we made the bat suit, and that was sewn and constructed by all of these guys. So thank you so much. We're going to do that at the end. Thank you guys so much. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to have Chris Piasante come up. She is, obviously they were our first costume recipient, so she has a long-standing relationship with Capes for a Cause. And I'm going to have her chat a little bit about her relationship with the Roden family, with Capes for a Cause, and also her experience with cerebral palsy. So this is Chris Piasante. Thank you.
Bring them up. Bring them up. He's getting sad.
I walk away from Anthony and see what happens. So he wants to come up.
You're right here.
2050, Anthony was the first recipient of Capes for a Cause. He had a famous fire truck from the Yonkers Fire Department. He's just in my head now. So Capes for a Cause has been a huge part of our lives. It did not just end with his reveal event at the firehouse. Last summer, Capes for a Cause came to Anthony's school, all dressed in superheroes. The school has not had many events due to the pandemic and really didn't let anybody in the doors. But Capes for a Cause came, it was at least 10 people, came dressed up in all different superheroes, and the event was outside. They saw 95 children, all with special needs. It was wonderful. After the school, we went to a Halloween at the Miracle League, again, where Anthony could show off his fire truck. After that, we went to New York Fashion Week. Anthony went with his wheelchair, with his fire truck, and down the runway with Michelle wheeling him. The last one was the Thanksgiving Day Parade in New Rochelle. The Yonkers Fire Department sponsored Anthony's float, where we, with Capes for a Cause, went down Main Street, North Street, and it was fantastic. Capes for a Cause, you don't just end there. They have become such a part of our family, and they've been incredible. Fiona, Rory, this is incredible. You are so lucky to be part of our family, and I'm so happy that I was able to hook you guys up for Capes for a Cause. So, good luck. Welcome to the family, and I can't wait to see what they did.
Thank you so much, Chris. And if anybody wants to see any pictures of any of the events that we did in 2022 and 2021, there's a booklet right over there with some pictures of all of the events that Chris just described. So please feel free to check those out. We've had some pretty memorable moments, and I feel like we're very, very lucky. So now I would actually like to invite up James Nolan. There he is. Yep. He's going to come on up and introduce himself, and we're happy to have him here. James also spoke at our event last year, so thank you so much.
I am kindly legislator James Nolan. I am happy to be here, also because Batman is one of my biggest heroes. How could you not want to be here? But this is an amazing cause. Michelle, we've spoken about this event. Even though it's not my district, I have no problem going wherever I can possibly, especially for events like this. It's needed. Last year I had the opportunity to work with Chris to have Anthony get the fireman thing for his wheelchair, and I'm happy to say that this is just a wonderful event and a wonderful cause. Michelle, I just want to let you know I'm the board legislator this year. I'm going to make sure to work to get a funding for your charity as well. But I do have a little bit of power, not as much as this guy right here. So along with this wonderful thing for his wheelchair, I'm actually proclaiming the day in Westchester County for Rory. For Westchester County, July 29th will now be named in his honor. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, James. So James and myself are, and actually there's a few other people here, Donald as well and Frank. We're all members of the Westchester Business Council, and we are all also a member of the Rising Stars program. So I'm so happy to be connected with all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Next, I'd like to bring up a couple of very special speakers. So for those of you that don't know, the Roden family did have a loss many years ago. Fiona's brother, who was an FDNY firefighter and also an Iraq veteran. And so we'd like to bring up Tim Sullivan and Chris as well. They're going to speak a little bit. So Tim is from Yonkers Fire Department, and then Chris is from FDNY. And oh, there they are. And they're going to speak a little bit about their relationship with Rory. His name is Rory as well. and the Roden family, and do a little tribute to him. So thank you guys so much.
How's it going? Good afternoon. I'm Tim Sullivan, I'm the Lieutenant with the Yonkers Fire Department. I'm not good with these speeches. Thankfully Chris is, so mine will be a lot shorter than his probably. Rory and I grew up together, probably from the time we were born. I used to joke with them that I'm 9 months older than him. His mom loved me so much as a child that she just had to have one of her own. Turns out she had a boy for me to grow up with, and from that point forward I had a brother. I actually have a brother as well, but unfortunately for him, he had two big brothers that decided to take care of him. Rory is one of the more interesting people I think I probably ever grew up with. It's kind of hard to put into words how to describe him. He was always adventurous, got into trouble from time to time, which we all have, but had a heart like you couldn't imagine. If he was here today, he'd be super proud of little Rory and wouldn't have enough to say about it. And he'd be his little bro the whole time, and that's just the way it would be. My mom and Rory's mom grew up together in Ireland. That's our connection. So Rory used to call my mom Auntie Anne. Until the day she passed, she was always Auntie Anne. He introduced me, I think, to the guys at his firehouse as his cousin. For the longest time, they thought we actually were family. But yeah, I mean, that's just who Rory was. If you were around him, you were part of his family, and you couldn't ask for a better human being. So congratulations to little Rory, Yona, Phil, John, and Winnie, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
So, what Timmy said right there, and I think it's reflective of everyone in this room, is the love and the selflessness of Rory. And I had the honor, along with Phil Spiro, Bob McKee, and Kyle Meany in the back, to work with Rory at 84 Engine 34 Truck in Washington Heights. An incredible firehouse with incredible people. And Rory was the light of the firehouse. No matter what was going on, no crazy scenario or going to a crazy fire, whatever, he always had a way of calming everyone down, always had a great smile, and he always was worried and concerned about the other person, not himself. After Rory passed away, we found out that he volunteered at Blythedale Hospital down the road. And he didn't tell anyone. To me, that speaks volumes. He wasn't looking for any type of press, media, Instagram post, nothing. He just wanted to do it out of the goodness of the heart, and that's reflective of the O'Flahertys. So in his honor, we started the Little Braves Foundation. That started 84 Engine 34 Truck. And our mission is to put smiles on kids and their families' faces battling pediatric cancer and serious illness. And I really want to give a shout out and really a thank you to your organization, because you had mentioned something before about how you guys shifted from you were going to hospital visits and then all of a sudden you can't, now you called an audible and you did what you had to do, right? That's reflective of what Rory and the fire service would say. Because if someone told Rory, no, you can't volunteer or you can't do that, that's fine, we're just going to blow through the door, or we're going to find a way through the window. So it's the same thing, and I just want to say thank you, because you're reflective of the entire O'Flaherty family and what Rory's all about and what's good in the world. So we just want to say thank you very much, and thank you all for coming.
Is Brian here with the Yonkers Fire Department, or are they still outside? Still outside? Probably. Oh, hiding, yeah. Let me bring you on up. So now we're going to hear a little bit from the Hastings-On-Hudson Fire Department and the Hastings-On-Hudson Police Department, as well as the Yonkers Police Department. So this is Brian.
I'm the volunteer fire chief here in Hastings. It's an honor to be included in this. I know you guys are always welcome here in Hastings, as the cops would express also. Such an amazing organization to be part of. I think a lot of what we do, and even the paid side of the fire service, is be part of the community. They're doing it with their organizations. We do it here. My members had to leave early because we're 100% volunteer and they had other engagements, but hopefully you did get to go see the trucks. For Rory, We do have a nice fire department shirt for you. Anytime anyone here is in Hastings, you're welcome in any of the firehouses. There's usually someone there all the time. Just knock on the door, and you can come and enjoy the apparatus and check everything out. So thanks again.
And now we'd like to bring up the Yonkers Police Department. You guys want to come on up? They just have a few things that they want to present to the organization and to the family.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just want to thank you for having us here. I'm Detective Sergeant Frank DiMizio with the Yonkers Police Department, here with Officer Bowen. When Michelle and I were first speaking about this incident, this event, I think she was kind of surprised how quickly we just wanted to jump on board and just be involved in this. So thank you guys for having us here. We have a couple of gifts here for Rory and his family, some shirts and hats and patches and some other things that too. For you guys to enjoy. This is a great organization, and we're happy to be part of this today, and happy to be part of anything in the future. So thank you guys for having us. I know we're one of the last things in the way between here and the so I'm not going to be too long, but thank you guys for having us.
And now I'd like to bring up Chief Dosen from the Hastings-On-Hudson Police Department. And yeah, there's a few more people coming up. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you guys.
Good afternoon, everybody. First, I would like to say thank you for having us and letting us be part of this great organization. It is an honor to be here, and it's an honor to stand before you. Today is a special day, as we all know, but we are also welcoming our first new honorary member of the Hastings-On-Hudson Police Department, Rory. Welcome to our police department. You have an ID card in here. So report Monday morning. We are also in need of a police car, so we may have to use this. So thank you very much. Enjoy the day.
Wow, that's incredible. So many amazing people here to support Rory and his family, and also to support the community. We can't thank you guys enough for being here with us today. It means so much to us. I know, especially for those of us involved in the organization, it's more than just this event. It's really fulfilling for us all. Giving back is what we love to do, and of course to be able to combine it with cosplay and costuming, it's truly a dream come true. So your support just means the world to all of us. We do have a few things going on today. So we are actually selling, I'm sure you've seen, we're selling some t-shirts and some cookies. We also have a fundraising raffle going on over there on that blue table. We have a lot of amazing people who donated gifts in kind to this event. We have donations from CVS, from Wegmans, a lot of local businesses here in Hastings-On-Hudson, Nitpicks, Starbucks actually also. Capes for a Cause was a recipient of Starbucks Neighborhood Grant this year, and so they gifted us a very, very generous donation, so we're extremely grateful to them. A huge thank you to AJ's Burgers, who provided the catering for today, and also to Wolf and Bear Marketing, Ed, who helped coordinate this event. And then, of course, the Chocolate Box Cocoa Van, which provided all of the desserts. They also provided the desserts for us last year as well. So we're so happy to work with them and to have them back. We also, in the back corner, have Prospector Popcorn. They were with us here last year as well. They are located out of Ridgefield, Connecticut, and they actually create gourmet popcorn popped out of the Prospector Theater, which is a theater, it's a movie theater in Ridgefield, and they employ disabled adults. So we're happy to partner with them to provide employment for disabled adults. So please be sure to go over there and check out their popcorn and support them in any way that you can. Again, we're so thrilled to have you guys here, and I think we've waited long enough, right? I think it's time.
Yes.
Let me have all the volunteers back up here again. Everybody who had a hand in making this costume before we bring it out. have one last gift for the family. Sorry, I forgot to mention this. So there was a company called Maybe Creates, and they create custom-made tumblers, and they created this for Rory as a gift. It's a Batman tumbler for Rory's family, and it says "Capes for a Cause" on the back. So that's really nice. Okay, and here we go. Here is the bat suit. So what I'd like to do before we move on to the Batmobile, I'd like to bring up Elena. She had a huge hand, a primary hand, in creating this custom-made bat suit. And I'm going to have her talk a little bit about some of the adaptive elements that we did specifically just for Rory. So this is Elena.
Hi, my name is Elena Budding. I helped sew a lot of what happened here today. I worked with the team on a lot of the cutting and really did a lot of research on how to make this adaptive and make sure all the closures were really easy to put on and take off. Zippers, Velcro. We had tried some snaps at one point. I think there are still snaps on it actually. And making sure it's very comfortable. So you'll see when we take it out, but we have a zip fully up the back, so it's really easy to slip in and out. We have a bat hood as well that completely Velcros up the back, so if it's getting uncomfy, it's really easy to pull off. We have little bracer gauntlets, completely Velcro, so everything was really made in mind with ease and comfort. And of course style, we've got the traditional Batman style and had some great help with adding all the little details, so we're really excited and happy with how everything turned out.
We also had two different styles of cowls here. This cowl was made by Mark, one of our volunteers. So this is, oops, I have it backwards. Sorry, there we go. This is made by Mark, one of our volunteers. And then we also have a cloth cowl, just in case for comfort. So these go along with the back. We also, Capes for a Cause, as well as the many events that were mentioned earlier, we also do a panel every year at New York Comic Con where we talk a little bit more about adaptive costuming and what it is that goes into it, how we choose the enclosures, how we take the needs, the specific needs of each child and incorporate that into the costumes. So if any of you find yourself at New York Comic Con, please be sure to check out our panel, which is usually on Sundays in October. So I think we're ready for the So as I mentioned, what we did, this vehicle was built a little bit different than the one we did last year. So last year we experimented with building a pipe frame that was specifically fitted for Anthony's wheelchair. This time, for ease of use, what we did was we decided to go with a platform instead. So this is, the car is mounted on a wooden platform that has a ramp. It has a wheelchair ramp that folds down off the back. And then the car is mounted on top of it. As I mentioned, it's carved out of insulation foam, so the shape is carved out of foam, and all of these guys spent many weeks carving that. And then one hot day in June, we fiberglassed the vehicle. These guys did an amazing job, and then we sanded it, painted it, and like I said, used various elements, 3D printing and foam to finish off the car. It does also have lights and some electronic elements, so we're getting those turned on for you now. There we go. Oh, the headlights. And the wheels light up as well, so thank you. So this is my husband, Caleb Puff, and he had a huge hand in putting this Batmobile together. So everybody please give all of our volunteers a round of applause. Rory, we are so happy to present this to you. Hopefully you'll get lots of fun use out of it in the coming years, okay? Here we go. activities, we will get Rory loaded into the costume, and then we'll take some pictures with our Batman and our Joker and Nightwing, and then and also I'd love to take some pictures with the police department and the fire department as well. So everybody feel free to mingle. We have some fun kids activities in the back. We've got coloring books. We've got design your own capes. So yeah, please feel free to stay as long as you like. Support Prospect or popcorn, and please eat all the food. Take it with you. Thank you guys so much.